Hey everybody, welcome back to Rock the Rep. Today is our 2000 Belter edition, which will be one of many 2000 Belter editions over 2024, but it is our first one of 2024, and we've got some really juicy cuts for you today. One by Pink, one by Kelly Clarkson, and one by Demi Lovato. So we are swinging for the belting fences today, so to speak. And I have a couple of singers here with me that are going to jump up and demonstrate some of these techniques I'm going to give you. And if you've ever joined me before, and pardon me as I recover from a cold, I don't want to cough too much, but it may happen. Okay. Sometimes I will give a technique per song, or sometimes the techniques that I'm giving actually apply to all songs. This is one of those situations in which these songs are sort of similar in the sense that I can give you 3 techniques that we can apply to every single song. Okay, so we're gonna take what we are doing and we're gonna apply it to all of them. And Catherine is watching us. So hi, Catherine. Catherine's watching us live stream, so we're excited. And yeah, guys, if you're watching us and if you have questions along the way, you can drop those in comments and I will see those and I can try to answer them in the stream as well. Okay, so here's what we're going to cover today as far as tips go. Okay, we're going to talk about 3 things. The first thing is, and these I gave you all things that rhyme today. Okay, so resist the assist. We're going to talk about low notes. We're going to talk about accessing low notes and how resisting assisting can actually make your low notes easier. And pretty much every single one of these cuts comes from we're starting down here and then we go to the big section on the belt, which is the next thing I'm going to teach you. Here's your next rhyme. We're going to map the trap. Okay. So the trap is what I call, usually the trap in belting is where the over inhale wants to happen because it feels good to do it, but then it actually kind of stunts us as far as what we're trying to get done. So I'm going to give you a way to map that tricky section before you even get there so that doesn't happen. And then the third thing we're going to do is go with the flow. So something that can happen, this is for me and just for coaching lots of singers, is our belt can feel like it gets a little bit trapped in us. And so I'm going to give you something that is going to help with this kinesthetic something that is going to help, I think, a little bit subconsciously with releasing the voice and allowing the sound to go through. And this is something that I just stumbled upon, honestly, working with singers. It's just something we tried and it works. So I'm going to provide that to you. So along the way, as we do these cuts, if you have questions, please drop them in the comments. Happy to answer them for you. But we're going to get started with Pink's Just Give Me a Reason. Oh, hi, Deborah. Deborah's watching too. I'm so excited. All right. So let's go. So we're going to start here. Okay. So when I say resist the assist, what I mean by that is when you have a low note, there is a tendency for singers to assist low note. For example, pull my chin down and then kind of and subconsciously move my larynx down and I think I'm assisting. But actually what I'm doing is really getting in the way of what I'm trying to get done. So if I resist the assist, now this is where you can put your hands on it. Put your hands right here. You don't want to grab or anything. It's just kind of what you're looking for is a stability. And you're just going to sing that E and you're just going to let those notes drop, but you're going to resist any sort of assisting. E. Another way I talk about this, sometimes in reverse when we're talking about moving up the belt, you can also think about this way moving down. Think the elevator moves. Okay, the pitches are the elevator. The elevator moves. The elevator shaft does not. Okay, so hold the elevator shaft and move the elevator. Until that stabilizes. Another thing, bonus that you can do to help stabilize is you can do E. Ah. Ah may help you stabilize those low notes a little more. See, ah feels so much more stable to me. So now I'm going to find my E off of my ah. E, Okay. I'm going to bring up Janet, one of my lovely assistants. So let's just do that real quick, Janet. So let's just take I want you to take a 5-note scale. You can do the pitches I was doing. You can do lower. You can do a little bit higher. And I want you to think like pancake. Like think lateral, even though we're descending. It goes E and then land on an A. Oh, yeah.
Muted, yeah.
There we go. Now we go.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah. Now, just so people can hear and you can kind of tell them your experience with the difference, give me one where you actually purposely maybe even over assist, trying to help.
Yeah.
So
And it would
give me one where you over assist.
It would typically happen when I'm excitedly singing the song and going down to the low notes. So I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I feel the.
Yeah, it just does. It wants to destabilize, right? So it's like it's keeping this side, this lateral thing. Yeah. And then off of that you can morph into any vowel. Oh, oh. Good. Thank you for demonstrating. Nicely done. Okay, so let me show you that one. So that's going to be the beginning. We're going to do the very beginning of Just Give Me a Reason. So she starts there, and we're going to do it. I'm going to show you what I mean by an assisted version. I'm going to give you an assisted version, and then I'm going to give you a non-assisted version so you can hear the difference. Assisted. Right from the start, you were a thief, you stole my heart, and I, your willing victim. I let you see the parts of me that weren't all that pretty, and with every touch, you fixed them. Now, I got it done, but it actually changed the quality of the sound a little bit, and I was pulling. Now, what if I just stabilized and I did not assist? I just let it go in that ass space and I dropped. No assist. Right from the start, you were a thief, you stole my heart, and I, your willing victim. I let you see the parts of me that weren't all that pretty, and with every touch, you fixed them. That was almost no effort, okay? Whereas the time before was a significant amount of effort. So resist. That was our tip number 1. Resist the assist with low notes. Okay. Number 2, map the track. Okay. So here we're moving into that. So let's see here. Yeah, it makes you feel good on the word doing. Yeah. So we're moving into the section that is going to pop up. We'll show what I mean. You've been talking in your sleep. Things you never say to me. Tell me that you've had enough of our love. Watch this love. Now, our habit often is to go, love, our love. Just give me, okay? And that feels great, and also is probably going to set you up for fatigue, okay? So what I want you to do instead is I want you to map the trap, okay? The trap is the wanting to take that gigantic breath and then like barrel it on through because it feels good. So what I want you to do instead is give me love, our love, and then speak it in the pitch range in which you're going to. Just give me a reason. Okay, so do that. Love, our love. Just give me a reason. Now, I want you to do that again. And this time I want you to notice what you inhaled between love, our love, and just to call out, just give me a reason. Love, our love. Just give me a reason. Guys, my inhale on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like a giant one, was maybe a 1 or 2. Let me show you what I mean. Let me back it up a bit. Love, love, love. Just give me a reason, just a little bit's enough. Now, if I had over inhaled, I'm only gonna do this once because I don't want to hurt myself. Just give me a reason, just a little bit's enough. Everything feels unstable and unsure. Okay? It just felt like, oh, now I've kind of, everything feels out of control. Whereas if I take that small breath, ground myself, small breath. Just give me a reason, just a little bit's enough. Just a second when I'm broken, just bend, and we can learn to love again. Yeah, I mean, it's just so much easier. Now here's the thing, guys. I know that we love that big breath before the big belt because we feel it in the body, but you can keep that same energy in your body and you can keep it in your diction without it having to come via your inhale. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna observe the wrong way. Yeah, I mean, like it's like wrong way, right way. You know, it's like it's without the compare and the contrast, we really don't know where we're coming from or where we're going to. It's sort of like, so it's like a map. It's just a map to help us see where we want to head. Cool. So let me go back then. Anka, you want to play with this a little bit? Want to play with the?
Sorry,
okay.
Sorry, I was just typing.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. So, can you just give me let me get us back in the key. Yeah. So love, our love. Just give me a reason. So just that, the love, our love, and then just give me a reason.
Sure. Love, our love. Just give me a reason. Just a little bit. It totally changed the way I sang this part. So it gave me more freedom and it was super easy actually.
Yeah. And were you over inhaling before? It was like more breath than you needed before?
Yeah, because it was like the volume was a 10 or maybe an 8.
Yeah.
And the tension was super strong.
So it's one of those things. So this is where, and I love that you said the volume part too, because this is where we can trust it's not, I mean, Shanna made this up, but it's what I call the piccolo principle. The higher we get, the more we can trust the frequency of that pitch range to assist getting it out there. It's sort of like if I have 50 tubas playing and I stick a piccolo player in front of them, you're still going to hear the piccolo player simply because of the pitch range it's in. So as we ascend, the great thing is, yes, we're belting and yes, it's higher and we want power around it, but some of that power is actually already built in for us because of the pitch range it's in, which is yay for us because it means we can reduce some of the effort. So thank you for demoing that for us. Okay, our final one that I'm going to give you that we're going to apply to this, and I'm going to back it up. This is what I call go with the flow. Now, so I want you to just literally take your hands, and when we get to the chorus, you're going to keep moving your hands forward, because something visually happens sometimes. And I don't know if this is you. This happens with some of my singers, so this may not be you. But go ahead and try it anyway to see what happens. There is an idea of like there's a wall on a belt that feels like we get stuck on that wall. And to a certain extent, sometimes I think that wall is something we create. It doesn't actually exist. Now, this is my hypothesis. I do not have science behind this. All I have is trying this out with singers and it working. So what I want you to do is I want you to keep almost like you're presenting the sound while you're singing, and see what this does as far as freeing up your belt and feeling like things are releasing and not gripping. All right, here we go. So I'm going to back this up and do this with you. The love part. Sweetheart, love. Here we go. Love. Just give me a reason, just a little bit's enough. Just a second when to love again. It's in the stars. It's been written in the stars of our hearts. We're not broken to spend, and we can learn to love again. There's something about that works. I don't know. Let me pull Janet back. Let me ask you, Janet, what was your experience with that?
That really worked. And it may not if I practice on the spot, but I just did that.
I'm not going to make you do that one. I just saw you shaking your head, so I wanted to see.
Yeah, I just did that. Learn to love again. It just came out. Yeah.
So there's something about the body releasing that gives the voice permission to release too. I don't know the science behind that. I bet you my friend Kimberly Moeller does, but it's something that we can continue to play with. Awesome. Great. Thank you. Okay. So let me see. We got so it's the great thing is, so and kind of circling back before we go to our next one, love the Shanna-isms. Yes, thank you. I it's my own little language that I use. Whatever gets the job done, right? Okay. So talking about volume, there are lots of ways. We have a tendency to think like, oh, there's one way to do volume, right? But there's so many ways that we can amplify sound. And remember, this is pop rock. So most of the situations in which you would do this, you have a microphone right here. It's going to take care of a lot of that for you. I mean, I know in an audition setting, you still have to do a little bit of tweaking there, but for the most part, you're working in an amplified already setting. So that is going to assist as well. Okay, so let's go to Kelly Clarkson, okay? So now here's the thing. We're going to go back through all of these things again. Resist the assist, map the trap, and go with the flow. And this song, by the way, I shared this. One of my other whalers was like, I never heard this before. Everybody I've shared this song with loves this song. It's a great song. Kelly's album is great. I just encourage anybody to check it out. Okay, here we go. So we're going to start with resisting the assist. So use your prompt if you need to. Buried myself into somebody else. Shut out some parts of me. Did it so casually. I guess I needed that to be able to step back. I lived my life without me. I never allowed me to. Okay, now I'm going to go back. And as I did before, just so you hear it, I'm going to do it where I really assist this time. So you can see the difference, like how easy that felt to how not easy this is about to feel. Buried myself into somebody else. Shut out some parts of me, did it so casually. See, I'm out of tune even. I guess I needed that to be able to step back. Now I'm going to go back to normal. I lived my life without me. I never allowed me to. Too much I had to live for. Put my life on hold for. I'm always pleasing someone. Honestly, now I'm done. Okay, here's our trap, right? Because then we go into, I don't need some. Okay, so the trap. So we were speak it first. Honestly, now I'm done. I don't need somebody to hold me. Honestly, now I'm done. I don't need somebody to hold me. Don't need somebody. Also, bonus feature, you can put a little, if the D feels like a little bit too much, put a baby N in front of that D and it'll assist it. I don't need some, not a don't, but don't need somebody. It's a little bit of a hint of an N will assist it. I don't need somebody to hold me. Okay, now I'm going to do one more time where I over inhale, and then we're going to go back to the other way because I don't want to do this to myself too much. Okay. Honestly, now I'm done. I don't need somebody to hold me. Don't need somebody to love me. Don't need somebody to pick these adjusting. Okay, now let me go back and not over inhale. I don't need somebody to hold me. Don't need somebody to love me. Don't need somebody to pick these pieces up. I put together my broken, let go of the pain I've been holding. Don't need to need somebody when I got me. So much easier. Now, at the tail end of that one phrase, it was a little out of tune because I was running out of breath. So when I would go back, I would adjust and go, okay, maybe I needed just a hair more than I took in. But that felt so much more stable than when I took the big gasp. Okay, so that was map the trap. You're going to go from the low part and you're going to speak yourself into the high until that feels comfortable and then make that switch. Okay. And finally, we're going to do our go with the flow to reduce vocal effort. Okay, we're going to back it up. I'm going to do the whole cut this time. And we're going to show you all of it. Resist the assist, map the trap, and then I'm going to move the hands and we're going to go with the flow. Okay, here we go. So cool. And before we go on, let me just share this. So Catherine says, yes, the volume. That's one of the reasons I take in too much air and get too much pressure on the larynx and it causes so much tension. Yeah, we don't. A lot of times, especially with the belting, we've narrowed that space. We don't need near the air that we think we need. All right, so here we go from the top. Going back to and adding our go with the flow. Okay, resist the assist. That's step one. Buried myself into somebody else. Shut out some parts of me, did it so casually. I guess I needed that to be able to step back. I lived my life without me, I never allowed me to. We're moving into map the trap. Too much I've had to live for, put my life on hold for. I'm always pleasing someone, honestly now I'm done. Slow. I don't need somebody to hold me, don't need somebody to love me, don't need somebody to pick these pieces up. I put together my broken, let go of the pain I've been holding. Don't need to need somebody when I got me. I got so caught up in there, I forgot to do the go with the flow. So let's do that real quick. Also, if I were coaching myself through this, I'd be like, oh, Shanna, you have run out of breath at the end of that phrase twice now. That's a phrase we need to go circle and figure out where you're going to breathe and when. Okay. So let's do go with the flow. I don't need somebody to hold me, don't need somebody to love me, don't need somebody to pick these pieces up. I put together my broken, let go of the pain I've been holding. Don't need to need somebody when I got me. Okay, so there you go. That one is a killer song to sing, by the way. I've given you 3 swing for the proverbial building fences songs today. Okay, great. Final one, Warrior, Demi Lovato, because why not save the absolute hardest thing for the last thing? All right. Same thing. Give me 2 seconds to take a sip of my tea here. And with my New Year's cold. Okay, we're gonna do the same process again. Now in this one, we don't have as many on the low notes at the beginning. If you were to do more of a 32 bar cut of this, you would, because she has like the beginning part. This is a story. Da, 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 da. So if you were to take this song from beginning to chorus, I would say definitely you're going to work the resist, the assist at the beginning, and then you'll do map the trap, and then you'll do go with the flow. Now, I'm not going to go through and do all these for the sake of time because we're at 25 minutes. So I'm just going to demo this last one for you and then give you a chance to ask any questions on that. And then my people who are coming in for the private coaching, we will head over to our private Zoom. All right, so here's just a demo, a Demi demo. Look at me being clever. All right. Demi demo, here we go. Oh, the pain and the truth I wear like a battle wound. So ashamed, so confused, I'm not broken and bruised. No big breath. Now I'm a warrior. I've got thicker skin. I'm a warrior. I'm stronger than I've ever been, and my armor is made of steel. You can't get in. A warrior. You can never hurt me. No, you can never hurt me. No, you can never hurt me again. Okay, so there you go. 3 brand new Belters cuts today. And final, oh yeah, and Catherine was talking about that Me song. She's like, hadn't heard that till this morning and started playing it on repeat. I know, the minute I heard that song, I bet you I played it 100 times. Okay, cool. So that's it for our live stream. Now, if you are watching this and you would like, I'm about to take our singers in the room with me, and we're going to head to a private Zoom where they're going to get a chance to do some one-to-one coaching with me on these cuts. Also, if you're watching this, one of the things that people in this class get is access to the sheet music and these tracks so that they can come to class and sing the cuts. If you are interested in auditing a class and just seeing what that's like, just drop audit below. And then we have several of these coming up this month, and I will send you a way that you can jump to class. Also, I'm doing another one tonight at 7 p.m. So if you are free at 7 p.m. EST and you'd like to actually pop into our coaching class tonight, the one-on-one coaching class, you can drop that below and say, just tell me you want to come to the class tonight, and then I'll send you the track of the materials and you can come in and do a little play around with the coaching. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, questions, let me know. Otherwise, I am going to end this stream, then I'm going to head over and work with my singers. You guys have a great day and Happy New Year.